Hello, my name is Cece Wright. I'm the Director of Membership and Engagement, and you're watching DG Coffee Chats. Mmm, oh, it's so good. It is so good. So, the first thing I would love for you to do is to introduce yourselves.
So hi, I'm Katrina. I will be one of the curators for the DG Jam 2020. Super excited. I am a director, a teacher, a teaching artist. I just love to be in the room and working with other artists in whatever capacity I can, honestly, especially during this time. Right now, I am in my bedroom at my desk where I teach children Monday through Friday.
Love it. Serving the people. I'm Brianna D. Clarell. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I am in West Philly with my plants here. I'm a director, performer, playwright, writer, producer. I do sketch comedy, or at least I did do sketch comedy in the before times, and I really miss it a lot. It's been a long time. General maker of things and experiences. I'm also an educator. Yeah.
Any more hats?
Right.
Probably.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you both for that. And Katrina, you kind of already went into it already, but in your roles as curators for this year's Jam, what does that mean for folks who are not familiar with Jam?
Well, usually curators for the Jam, because I was a Jam director last year, and Starfire was one of the curators. She's actually the curator that watched me and helped me while I was doing it. And the curators usually go like from room to room and just like ask the directors what they need and like are just there to help with the process in the room, because it used to be like what's happening in the room really quick, making those pieces. This year is a little bit different because it's virtual. So me and Brianna, sorry Brianna if I'm talking a lot over you. Me and Brianna working really closely to like make this a space for people like us, Black directors in the area. As curators, we're just here to help facilitate a conversation. We really want the directors that are a part of Jam this year to get a chance to just be around other Black directors that are experiencing the same or similar things and give them a space to talk and be open and free and like guide them in whatever ways or help them in whatever ways that we can or that they need us to.
Great. In agreement, yes, awesome. I love that. So what you keep like leading into my questions. I love it. So like, can you talk about this year's theme?
I'm gonna let you take that, babe.
Oh, so the theme, in my understanding, because I have not participated in Jam before, this is my first time, is that there was more of a specific. There were, I guess, several themes, right? Because they chose directors based off of usually a certain demographic, but then there was also a theme in terms of content. So this year,
like ingredients.
Yeah. Ingredients that were shaping the work they were creating. So this year, there's no ingredients or content theme in terms of like what people were actually creating, but we do have. We decided that we wanted to work with Black directors only. So we are the curators, and all of the directors who are involved are all Black directors from the Philadelphia area, and we're also bringing in mentors who are also be more seasoned professional Black theater directors who will come in and serve as mentors for one of our sessions. So that was the theme, was Black people.
Oh, I'm rooting for everybody Black all the time. One thing that is different, like Brianna was saying about the ingredients, usually they come in and they do something new on the spot. We're like spreading the love around this year. So they can bring in works that they've already started. They can make up something together as a group when we have our first meeting. There's a lot of new fun things that are going to happen, and it's like really intimate, as intimate as you can get on Zoom, right? Intimate Zoom gathering that we're going to have for the first meeting.
And the mentor component, I mean, that's a big deal.
Oh yeah, we're super excited. We got some names out there, some asks out there. That'll be a cute announcement once we have those mentors locked in. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm super excited about the mentor aspect. Damn, myself, honestly. And we're allowing other Black directors that have been a part of JAM. The applicants are all going to get to have a part of that mentor conversation too for the first hour.
Nice. I love that. I love that. So, well, let's get to the main event, right? Who are the JAM directors? So who are the 2020 JAM
with
directors?
all our wonderful directors? Look, we got a nice amount of applications and all of them were awesome. Like, it was so hard to dial it down to the 6 directors that we did end up choosing. But I think we have a really great group that'll be able to learn from each other and guide each other in these times. The first director that we will tell you is Alexandra. She is a multi-hyphenated artist in the city. I'm sure you've seen something that she's directed or something that she's written, because she's also a playwright.
Alexandra makes plays as a playwright, performer, director, dramaturg, and more. Alexandra is a Barrymore nominated performer, a 2020 National Black Theater Playwriting Residency finalist, and a Bartol Teaching Artist grant recipient. She's a committed teaching artist and activist and a lifelong student for the liberation of Black/queer/immigrant/feminist folk. A little bit about Alexandra. We're so excited to
multi-hyphenated. She does it all, and we're super excited to have her as one of the directors in the JAM this year.
Company. We also have Ange, who I've had the pleasure of working with a few times now. Ange is a Black queer storyteller from Southwest Philadelphia. They are the co-artistic director of Shoebox Theater Collective and the co-creative director of Wings of Paper Theater Company. And in their bio, they put a little quote that I'm going to read, which is, "I am committed to the transformative power of storytelling. I create to ignite decolonization, radical healing, and compassion. We must strive for the utopia we will not live to see." End quote.
That transformative power of storytelling really stuck out to me when I was reading their application. I've also worked with Anne, and it's always been a delight, but I've only ever worked with them as a playwright and an actor. And I know they're like emerging in this director world. So I'm really excited to have them on board. Our next director is Brianna. She is a director and a community builder. And that's actually super exciting when I read that. And I read that in a lot of the applications, this one of like community building within the room. So that really stuck out to me about Brianna.
And to hit you with some of Brianna's bio, Brianna is blessed to be a Philadelphia-based filmmaker, theater maker, painter, and teaching artist. Brianna's mission in life is to create opportunities for love and education to thrive through art. Recently, Brianna directed Young Money by Arlene Ortiz and had her play Discovering Blackness, a short film produced in the Digi Rep Festival. A little bit about Brianna. Yes. Up next, we have Brett. Brett is a Barrymore award-winning deviser and a 2-time nominee for the Golden Tassel John, Philadelphia's Drag and Burlesque Awards, for Best Comedy Act as Patricia. She was a collaborator and performer in Lightning Rod's special The Appointment at New York Theater Workshop, which was a New York Times Critics Pick and voted Best Play of 2019 in the New York Times Vulture Magazine, Time Out New York, and New York Magazine. All these people's bios are so full of so many things. So this is really good. I'm literally just taking some sentences to read.
You're like, what's the best part that I want to pick out about this person?
It's not even the best because there's so
much. Our next director is Vanessa. She does close collaboration and wants a place for love and like understanding and collaboration in the room also. So like I said, that was a really big part for me when we were going through the applications, that they are all people that really care about collaboration. And it's not just like, I'm the director, I'm the head, I'm gonna do it. All of their applications really pointed out how much they care about like the collaboration and the effort that goes into it. And that's really important for this year's jam.
Vanessa is a Philadelphia-based artist making original devised theater. Whether performing crooning melodies in tulle gowns or directing other artists through their own creative process, Vanessa's interdisciplinary work invites audiences to celebrate the stories of extraordinary people whose lessons of defiance have been forgotten.
Ooh, nice.
Nikki is a filmmaker and a playwright. She has received funding from the Princess Grace Foundation, the Leeway Foundation, and the Regional Center for Women Artists. Nikki received her MFA in writing and directing documentary from the City College of New York. And she's currently in post-production for her documentary feature, The Continent of Life.
Nice.
I mean, that sounds like a great group. I'm really looking forward to the programming to see what comes out of that. It's exciting. Thank you.
I think it'll be really exciting too, because if you listen to all of like the things that we said about them, they're all multi-hyphenated artists, to be completely honest. So like the things that you learn from people that do a lot of things or wear a lot of hats like Brianna, they've taught me a lot also. So I am super excited to be in the room where it happens, because I know I'll probably learn some stuff too from them in that collaborative effort.
I'm gonna ask you like a side question related to that. Do you think that it's like just these are the circumstances, and so folks tend to be multi-hyphenate, or is there something like particular that like demands this? Like, what do you think that is? Because it's so much, but it's like it's not just a lot of different things. It's like the richness of all those different things too.
I mean, I don't know about you. As a Black human being, you got to be 10 times better and do 10 times more all the time anyway. So it's not very surprising that all of these wonderful Black artists wear a lot of hats, because to make it, you got to be able to prove that you can do X, Y, and Z just to get your foot in the door. So I honestly feel like that is a factor, and also that they're mad talented, and like if you do it. But again, that's another reason why we wanted Jam this year to be about Black folk. We're always going above and beyond and doing the most. We need a space to just talk about the fact that we're doing the fucking most.
Well, then that means that these should be the folks at the top of whatever list exists when folks are like, we need somebody to, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what
They're at the top of my list.
obviously the top of y'all's list. But I'm just thinking about beyond this space, because I think this is going to be such a great space for that, like what they take out. And that sort of gets to my final question for you all is like, what are you hoping the impact of this experience will be?
I mean, I hope that people, I have a lot of hopes. I'm going to try to like have my little bullet point list next to me, but I hope that it's helpful for people in terms of moving their creative process forward or whatever they're creating. I think part of why we wanted it to be flexible in terms of people being able to bring in their own pieces that they're already creating or their own ideas, instead of it being in brand new pieces that are entirely specific to that particular space as it has been in the past, was because there's a pandemic, the world is on fire. If people need that space to work on something else, and we want that to be there for them. So I hope that people are able to, get something like practical out of it and be like, okay, I was able to move this project forward, or I started a project and I'm then going to continue. Because I think, I don't know, it's important that different programs like this plug into someone's creative journey, and it's not just like a one-off thing over here in the corner that doesn't connect to anything else. And I hope that people have a little bit of a refuge, retreat space.
Yeah.
That, I don't know, in the beginning of the pandemic, I was kind of like avoiding online theater stuff because I was just like overwhelmed. And then I kind of started to sneak back in, and then I was like, oh God, yep, there it is. There's anti-Blackness, there's this, there's that. It's just like so frustrating to be in a, like, try to be vulnerable, because it is like making art is vulnerable, so trying to be in a vulnerable space, and then being in a space that is anti-Black or anti-queer, transphobic, etc. is really frustrating. But I feel like we've created a little bubble of heaven, of haven that they can come to and just be their full artistic selves through the internet.
And that's it right there, though, like to come into it and be able to be their full artistic selves, and then leave it with this sense of community, with these conversations with mentors, and hopefully they learn something from them and make a connection there too. Like the great thing about DG in general, like the Jam, is that you get to meet other directors, and theater gets kind of like weird sometimes, like the community gets weird sometimes, right? You end up just dealing with these people or just dealing with these people. So the great thing about Jam is like you meet people that you wouldn't normally interact with. And Brianna made a good, like, we're in a pandemic and the world is on fire, and it can really feel like you're alone. And like, what is Zoom theater anyway? So like getting to like be in a room with other people that are going through the same thing as you, it's like a solace. And that's honestly all I really care about for this, is that they get a place to be them and talk about what they want to talk about without feeling like there's any, like Brianna said, anti-Blackness, anti-queerness, because we're all in it together.
Oh God.
Get me started. I know choreo. We here. We're right here.
I love that. I love all of that. I wrote down plugged into their creative journey. Oh, I love that so much. And like keeping that front of mind. Is there anything else that you want to offer?
Tune in. When the announcement comes out for that final showing, you want to be there. Yes, plants. You want to know, because like CC said, these are the people that should be at the top of the list, straight up. The fact that they're still even considered emerging is crazy to me, honestly, because they're already doing so much. Like, what does it take to get to the top? So come and look at their work, because they should be at the top of your list.
It'll be in February.
Directors,
2021.
playwrights. Say it again.
I just said February 2021. Mark your calendars.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, we'll make sure to post that. Thank you both so very much. I appreciate it.